Hey everybody, Steven here. Today's video, it is the first of the new year, 2019, and I wanted to talk about typically what I see this time of year, which is more on the fitness side for the people that have been going to the gym. You'll see the memes about it, and you'll see the comments and all these other things about, I can't wait till these New Year's resolution people leave, and like the gym's about to be flooded, and all these other things. And I've done a video about this before, actually last year, and the point behind it is a lot of times these people end up quitting because they're very discouraged, right? It's very hard to go into a gym if you haven't been going and to just start working out. One, that could be you don't really know kind of what the equipment is, what you could do with it, these things. So you're struggling there from the knowledge side. And like I said, the intimidation side. You're going in, these people a lot of times are very, very fit. Not everybody is, but you'll see a lot of people that are bodybuilders, powerlifters, maybe they play a sport, whatever it is. They're very, very physically fit. That can be very intimidating, right? And with that, as they start to do their thing, maybe they don't feel welcome, right? Like I said, maybe they're just feeling discouraged because they're not making the progress that they wanted to. And the thing is, if people would just step in and help, if they see them struggling, if they would come in and encourage them a little bit, maybe they wouldn't just be that New Year's resolution person that's there for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, and then they quit. Maybe they would stick around a little bit longer. It's already hard enough to go in there, like I said, when you don't really know a ton about that, especially if maybe it's your first time to take that chance and that leap to go and do that stuff, and you're not an athlete, you didn't do it when you're younger, whatever it may be. Now you go in there, you feel intimidated. Like I said, you may feel discouraged. If somebody was there that had the knowledge that would just kind of push you in the right direction, maybe help hold you accountable to some small degree. I'm not saying go out of your way to make sure that they reach all their goals. That's on them. But if they would feel welcome, maybe they wouldn't quit, right? Because that's one of those things like you hate to see, right? You don't want to see somebody come in, work a little bit, be very discouraged, and then just quit. A lot of times the memes are, it's like, good, I'm glad they're gone. It's like, that's not what this should be. This should be very inclusive. I mean, I'm in Oklahoma, a third of the population here is obese. Like, that's not okay, right? What's scary about that is when I was in college 5 years ago, right? As I was going through college, during that period, it was a fourth, right? By the time I graduated, it had bumped up to a third. It's hard to watch that progression of this, where you're seeing it more and more, where just people are kind of feeding into that, and then finally they do take that chance. They're like, all right, I'm done, and they go to the gym. It's their New Year's resolution to do that, and they get there and right, they're super intimidated, doesn't feel like they're welcome. They could, maybe if they're already extremely self-conscious, right, and they overhear you snickering or making fun of them or whatever it may be, they're watching the memes online, like, it's gonna get to them, right? It's gonna be very discouraging. So this video is really just, if you see those people, just help them out, right? Push them in the right direction. You don't have to sit there and just like, oh man, I can't wait till they're gone, they're using the equipment and all that. If you're struggling with that, help them out. Help show them how to use it, right? And instead of just sitting there complaining about the fact that you think that they're using the equipment wrong and they're taking up space and all these other things, help them out, right? They could use it for sure. That's one of the things that I try to do if I see it. I also am very conscious of the fact that some people don't want to be talked to, so you got to pick your spots, right? Some people tell you to go away, whatever it may be. You got to be conscious of that as well. So if they don't want to be bothered, obviously they don't want to be bothered, but most of the time people at the gym are super game to have you help them out, right? It's the ones that have been there the longest that I noticed, even with the level of knowledge that I have now with training for over 11 years, all the certifications that I have, that some people are just like, no, I'm good. Like, they don't even want, even if I'm giving it out for free, where clients are, I mean, I'm charging people $45 up to $60 for an hour of my time. And I'm just, hey, you know, like this might help you. No, I'm good. And they don't want it as well. So that's what I typically notice out of the people that have been here the longest. The ones that are the newcomers, they want any help that they can get. So you might run into the person that might be just like, oh no, I'm good. And that's fine. but you tried, right? You weren't going in there, oh man, I can't wait till you leave. Like, With that pressure, that attitude, of course they're gonna leave, right? But that's not what we want. We want more people engaged in their physical fitness. We want more people trying to be healthy. So hopefully 2019, for anybody that's watching that is a gym goer, or maybe that is going for this first time, like stick it out, right? If you're going for the first time, I know it's intimidating, just keep with it. I promise you the payoff is big. 6 months down the road, you aren't the newcomer anymore, right? You've learned some stuff, right? You're part of that community. Hopefully you've met some people. And that's the other thing, if you're on that end too and you feel discouraged, like most of the time people are so game to help if you would just ask. Everybody that I've met typically that I was like, hey, what is that movement? What are you doing? Like they want to explain it to you. They want to pass on some knowledge. So don't feel like you can't ask. Now, if they're hitting a crazy hard session and you can visibly see, oh man, they're doing a lot of stuff, maybe that's not the spot to go and, hey, can you help me with this? Maybe afterwards you run into them and you can ask, hey, like, why are you doing this? What is that? Whatever it may be. Like I said, if you are a gym goer, try to encourage these people so that we can keep them around longer than the first couple weeks, the first couple months of the new year, and make this a habit for them because they feel welcome. So that is it, guys. Hopefully we make 2019 the year that this sticks. I'm gonna be pumping out a lot more content. You can see behind me, this is the new space. It's not quite finished out yet, but hopefully I get to turn this into something really special. It's on its way. It's much better than it was when it was just an empty room with some freaking toilets in it. Shout out to Obtain Strength here in Tulsa for letting me use this room. He's not even charging me anything for it, which is why I'm very passionate about building this out. This is just, I pay my rent, my dues for using the facility. This is a room he's not gonna use. He's letting me use it, no extra charge. So I gotta take advantage of that as well. And like I said, now I get to shoot content and I'm not taking up anybody's time downstairs where the music's too loud and people are walking in and out of the shot and all that other stuff. So if you guys like this video, and I hope you do, hit the like button for me. If you wanna continue to follow along with all of my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.